This presentation is intended solely for the use of Western Sizzlin Steakhouse. While the exact procedures shown may differ from those in your Western Sizzlin, your duties remain the same: serving cleanliness, friendliness, and good food.
Welcome to the Western Sizzlin family. We're glad you're here, and we want you to know you occupy a very important position. As a server, you present our product to the customer. You have the most contact with our customer. When someone says a restaurant was friendly or unfriendly, when the service was good or bad, they are usually talking about one person.
One person, one job, many skills, one tremendous responsibility. The Western Sizzlin server, serving up friendliness, cleanliness, and good food.
When we train servers at Western Sizzlin, we teach them that to the customer, you are Western Sizzlin. They may never see the cook, the meat cutter, the salad makers, and all the others. You represent all of us.
This presentation is designed to communicate only two things: actions, the right way to do the job, and attitude. It isn't what happens, it's how you react to it. A Western Sizzlin server arrives at work ready for work, in the proper uniform, hair and makeup done. You first check with other servers on side work, duties in addition to serving. You will roll silver, vacuum, arrange and clean table sauces, fill server stations with ice, or a number of other duties. Side work isn't outside your regular duties, but inside your scope of responsibility. Every task helps prepare you for serving duties. A good server is good with people, likes people, enjoys pleasing them, and has a knack for anticipating their needs. Friendliness is your priceless asset. You're enjoying yourself, so they enjoy themselves. It's a mutually rewarding relationship, the server and your guests, who may have looked forward to this meal all day. You never disappoint. You keep water, coffee, sodas, and tea filled. You use suggestive selling for desserts. Pre-bussing during the meal clears dirty dishes out of the customer's way and saves bussing time when customers have left. And after the meal, you finish bussing the table, and you know how to do it quickly, quietly, and almost invisibly. Sound easy? You just make it look easy. There are many details, as you will soon see. Our whole business is made up of many small details, every one very large in its contribution to the total effort. First, let's look at grooming and how you reflect your restaurant. Remember, we said,
to the customer, you are Western Sizzlin. They may never see the cook, the meat cutter, the salad makers, and all the others. You represent all of us.
So, just as our restaurant must be clean, well-appointed, and well-groomed, so must you be. When you're getting ready for work, you start every day with the shower and deodorant, and your teeth brushed. You wear the proper uniform, cleaned and pressed. Black shoes, khaki-colored pants, a cotton Oxford cloth button-down shirt in white or pastel blue, pink, yellow, green, or ivory, and a brightly colored matching tie. Your hair must be clean and neatly styled. Never comb your hair anywhere but the restroom. Your makeup is conservative. You never overdo lashes and eyeshadow. No strong perfume or colognes. Your nails are clean and well manicured. You work better with shorter nails. You look better with clear polish or a soft color. And one ring on each hand is plenty. From a bacteria standpoint, no rings would be best. No dangling earrings. And the most important part of good grooming? A smile. Side work is the series of tasks that support your serving duties. Let's look at some of them. Practically every fine restaurant provides its customers with silverware wrapped neatly in a dinner napkin. The server prepares the wrapped silver for the servers on the next shift. There will be 1,000 rolls at the end of each shift, ready for the next. Silver is picked up in the dishwashing area and inspected carefully for cleanliness. No customer should ever get a knife, fork, or spoon that isn't spotlessly clean. And don't tolerate dull, dingy silver or white water spots as you've seen in other restaurants. Wipe water spots clean with a damp napkin. Dirty silver goes back to be washed again. Notify the manager so the dish machine can be checked. The silver is brought to the wait station in a carrying tray. Wrapping is simple. First, lay out 10 bands. From a stack of 10 napkins, lay one in front of you, pointing to you. Take a knife, then 2 forks, and the spoon. Lay the knife point a 1/4 inch from the edge of the napkin, with the fork and spoon stacked on top. Fold in the napkin point and roll once. Tuck in the end, and finish rolling. Slide the band under the roll so the top of the logo is toward the point, and seal. How do you keep track of the count? Easy. Do 10 and tub them. Since every row has 10 rolls, you simply count the rows and take it times 10 to get the total. If you smoke, always wash your hands before returning to work. If you don't, the smoke smell is absorbed in the napkin and released when the customer unrolls it. And since the wait station is in public view, it must always be clean and orderly on top, and down below with everything in its place for convenience and efficiency. Vacuuming is just as important here as it is at home. It makes our restaurant look good, and it helps prolong the life of carpet by removing the grit and grime that destroys carpet fiber. Use a spoon to scrape up dried food. Make sure your vacuum is in good working order. Don't let a malfunctioning cleaner get your day off to a bad start. If there's a strange sound or smell, or if it's not cleaning, tell your manager. Another part of side work is cutting lemons, and sometimes oranges and limes, into wedges. There is a right way to set up a bus cart. 1 tub on top for plates. 1 silverware basket. A container of sanitizer for hands, and a spray bottle of sanitizer for tables. 4 tubs below. Trash container goes here, and a damp towel treated with detergent. Lids on sauces must always be clean, and the bottles too. An hour before closing, the server takes all caps, washes them in hot soapy water, and rinses in hot vinegar water. Partially filled bottles are combined and wiped clean, and the clean, dry lids replaced. Customers in other restaurants may have to use bottles like this. We greet our customers with clean, full bottles of sauce. We broom in addition to vacuuming because brooming picks up larger things that would clog a vacuum cleaner. Brooms are kept dry and never used outside the dining room. There are more types of side work, some daily tasks, some weekly, some monthly. Every task is focused on helping you serve cleanliness, friendliness, and good food. Serving food and drink is, of course, the cornerstone of the server's job. Everything else, grooming, side work, bussing, complements your serving duties. Here's how you make our customers feel pampered every time they visit Western Sizzlin. When they arrive at their table, you greet them, say your name, then say, "I'll be serving you today." No long chats. Brief, friendly answers to the customer's questions. Now you may wonder, if the server doesn't take the customer's order, how does she know what they've ordered? Watch. When you greet your guests, you note the number on their check. Write it on your pocket pad. Do this even if they order salad bar only. They may have ordered an appetizer. Then you write that check number and their table number on the pad at the window. When the food comes to the window, you match the order number and scratch it off. Serve the order to the proper table. You do have to ask who ordered which meal, of course. Then offer to help with the potato bar and bakery items. You're selling service. A professional server keeps a sharp eye on the food you serve. Compare platters to the pictures on our menu board until they're exactly right. If you see something like butter or tartar sauce on a light platter, tell the cook so it can be corrected. Anything less is unprofessional and unacceptable. Always place a wheat roll on a light platter before you serve it. Sometimes a customer will find that a steak isn't prepared to their liking. It's the server's job to see that we please them. The steak is taken directly to the kitchen, and the cook is on notice to recook quickly. When possible, it's good practice for the manager to reserve the steak, to let our guests know we're concerned about their satisfaction. If you apologize about a recook or perhaps occasionally slow service, don't over-apologize. It irritates customers. Beverage refills are a keystone of good service. If a customer is half through with his meal and his tea glass is empty, there's no need to ask. Of course they'll want more. If possible, we fill the cups and glasses on the table. since picking them up means more movement, more chances for spills. And when you see empty cups and glasses in the neighboring sections, you fill them. The server in that section will return the favor. Food should never set in the window more than a few seconds. If there are several meals on an order, you ask another server for help. Never hesitate to help another server by serving food to their customer. You will assemble the toppings for fajitas and put chips on the fajita platter. And put sandwich toppings and condiments on every sandwich platter. If a customer orders a buffet only, the server won't bring an order, but that doesn't make these customers second-class citizens, and it doesn't mean you can't earn a tip. You offer to bring them a roll, toast, and other items from our bakery. Offering to get toppings from the baked potato bar may increase your tip. Be particularly attentive to refills.
Here's an important point. If customers want to return to the buffet, they must use a clean plate. We do not offer a clean plate because it often leads to wasted food. But if your customer asks for a clean plate, bring a small plate immediately.
By the way, if you're carrying hot coffee, you don't turn around until you look around. If the customer has had no dessert, you may suggest something from our dessert selection. If the customer responds to this suggestive selling, you tape the new check to the original ticket and mark an X across the two. This simple procedure works like a seal. If the two get separated, the cashier knows there's another check somewhere. The server is always ready to help people with their trays if they need it. If there's a child in a high chair, you carry the tray and let the parents push the high chair. You'll help customers with take-home meals. This is a growing part of our business. When customers wish to take home leftovers, provide them small containers so we don't encourage loading big containers on their way out. If you're going on break or leaving at the end of your shift, introduce the new server to your customers. The server who served the entrees gets the tip.
A good server reflects the atmosphere of the restaurant. Ours is warm and friendly, not cold and severe, not noisy and frantic. Warm and friendly, that's how you should be. You don't have to entertain, just show them that you care. Warm and friendly and helpful, that's all any customer wants.
Bussing is an essential part of the routine of every server. Silver is placed in designated baskets to be pre-soaked before washing. Spoons and forks go in with handles down. Knife handles go up, points down, for safety. Platters go in their tub by the card handle. Glasses are carefully placed, never stacked together, in their tub on the second shelf. Soup cups, sundae dishes, casseroles, and coffee cups go in the bottom tub. Trash goes in this container, and wipe ashtrays with a napkin, not the damp towel you wipe the table with. Always rinse and dry your hands after bussing. The towel, treated with detergent and disinfected, should be damp, not wet, so guests don't sit at a wet table or on a wet seat. Seats must be dry after they're wiped, and wipe salt and pepper shakers every time.
Being a server can be a complex profession made up of important little things that make a big difference.
You keep coffee fresh by making only one pot at a time. When you bring coffee, turn the cup handle toward the customer. If a customer has had tea and wants coffee at the end of the meal, there's no extra charge. If your Western Sizzlin uses saucers, make sure coffee isn't spilled in the saucer. Remember, customers are watching. Never touch the top of glasses, plates, or coffee cups. Another little thing, don't chew gum. Breath mints are fine, even recommended. Don't gossip with other employees in the dining room.
If you don't get a tip, don't let it get to you. Remember, it's not what happens that counts, it's how you react. Don't take it out on your next customers. Be a pro. Put it behind you and redouble your efforts to be the best you can be. While we're on the subject of tips, take careful note of the following information. You must verify the amounts of tips by writing them on the back of your time card and signing the card. If 10% of our business is by credit card and you have $10 in credit card tips, you probably have 90% or $90 in cash tips.
Remember, tip reporting is the law. The IRS requires that you keep a daily log of all your tip income. It is the only record you keep regarding tips that is acceptable to the IRS in the event of an IRS examination. If you have any questions regarding tips or your responsibility for reporting them, you may contact the company office for assistance. Always keep an eye on the buffet. It's an important asset at Western Sizzlin, just as you are. If something needs stirring, stir it. Keep ladles upright. If something needs refilling, tell someone. As customers are leaving, thank them for coming in. This reminds them of your good service and may remind them to leave a tip. Western Sizzlin servers can rely on the server law to guide their activities. There are 5 points: serving food, refilling beverages, pre-bussing, bussing, brooming, or doing side work. You keep busy and you show your customers you care, really care. The marketplace today is filled to overflowing. Not every restaurant can survive. Complacency is our biggest enemy. To succeed, we must never compromise and never disappoint our customers or ourselves.
One person, one job. A good server is essential at Western Sizzlin. No matter what technological advances may come along, we can never replace what you supply: cleanliness, friendliness, and good food.